Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, it's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led onto the field by their 6'6" quarterback, the former Arizona Wildcat, Nick Foles.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
Foles over the middle to Evans. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And now a look at the offense for Chicago.
LaShawn Shady McCoy, one of the best running backs in the NFL. Why? Because of his ability to run the football. He's going to be a 1,000-yard runner year in and year out. But how about his ability to catch it out of the backfield and continue to create big plays?
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Well, look now at the starters on the defensive side for the Lions. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Foles. Over the middle, complete. That's Evans. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The numbers for Evans a week ago. 4 catches, 58 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. They're going over the middle here to Curley. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to. And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On now is Vinatieri as he'll try the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So the first points of the night belong to our home team as they're able to take the opening kickoff and at least get 3 points out of it.
Yeah, that helps the crowd, right? Helps people feel good about why they're there watching this game. They moved the ball well on their opening drive.
And after the made field goal, here's Adam Vinatieri to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. Leading the charge will be their quarterback, always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. On first down, Watson. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Finding room inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Watson on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. But look now at the lineup defensively for Chicago. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that's complete. It's Ellington. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. The tackle by Eric Armstead. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Mike Gesicki, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. And that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Foles. And this is going to be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep, Bruce Ellington. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Watson. Flushed out right. And he rifles one incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. Throwing again is Watson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 1 quarter in the books, and it's the Lions that have the early lead. And we're back to Soldier Field after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. To throw is Watson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right. Oh, wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 39 that time. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Reset.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead.
You got him,
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And a catch right side by Evans. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Now back to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Dalvin Tomlinson with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. So out now come the Lions. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Watson on 3rd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent, that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here now, a look at LaShawn McCoy. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. On play action, they'll throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Nick Foles gearing up again here to go on offense. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people. Lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And caught by Curley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. They'll look to throw here on first down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Lee's got it over the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And after the made field goal, here's Adam Vinatieri to kick it away. Now it's Ellington to return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stopped short of the 30. Tackle made by Antoine Bethea. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On 2nd down, here's Watson. Being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Black 99 Philly. Black 99 Philly.
Out of the gun, Watson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep, Jeremy Curley. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Blunt. Blunt rumbling with a first down and more. As he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, we head down to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Raiders. Alex Smith leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. And finally, a good one scheduled for Monday Night Football between the Washington Redskins and the Philadelphia Eagles. In the game you're watching is Deshaun Watson, who is the star of the first half. His guys have the lead on the road at Soldier Field as we get you back to the Windy City and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you. And the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, good move. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Watson, off play action. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. And they'll go on the ground. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Off of play action, it's Watson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 6 there on first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes You got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. As his guys are in for 6. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of...
And now it's blocked. Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On second down, it's McCoy. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Foles. And that is incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The Bears defense gearing up as they take the field. From his goal line here, Watson dancing to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Reset.
Here's Watson now on second down. That is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Down. Green the line.
From the gun, here's Watson. It finds Crabtree for the completion. And they're going to get the first down here as he's up to the 14. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. They go play action here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Watson. To throw again. Flushed out right. And his throw is going to be incomplete. It was the free safety, LaMarcus Joyner, that time, able to make the play.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. A deep ball for Ellington. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense.
Oh, the Bears break through and they block it. It's picked up, and this is a live ball, remember. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. In for the score. Then the Bears get a bit closer.
Partners, you well know, every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming.
6, 180.
Here's Foles. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. The Pro Bowler Chris Harris is in on the tackle. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill out the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Now it's Watson. A bootleg. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Frazier. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And when you have a guy in the backfield who can catch the football, you don't just use him strictly for checkdowns or dump-offs. You make him part of the primary passing attack because what you're trying to do is get him into open field and then let him make people miss and advance the football.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Tiger. 2 jet. 2 jet.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Reset.
To throw on second is Watson. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Now, they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and say, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
He's got the hook up to Lee. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Foles. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. He was trying to get it to LaShawn McCoy. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. And he is going to lose yardage here. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try to pick it up.
Ebron caught left side. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. And on the ground they go with a running back. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Reset.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Here's Watson to throw on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Come back. Tiger.
Watson now to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a...
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Mike Gesicki with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Lions add on to their lead. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Set. Green, 39. Green.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And caught by Curley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line.
Back to throw now on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you get the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring it.
But I think the ball's out, and the Lions have recovered.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And Detroit getting set to go now. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that a team put 70. I actually saw that happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now is dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Ah, yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
Now a play fake here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Go, go, go. Richmond, Richmond. Two jet.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
On first and 10, Watson. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. He'll get it up the middle, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory.
Richmond. Reset.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
Richmond.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this winds up a disaster nowhere near the marker. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand.
Set. Green, 39. Green.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll set up the screen to McCoy. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
The Bears on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Hurry up, here we go.
They're going to look to throw. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. That is caught at the 7. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see that. Coming and think we've got no shot to beat this team.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
3-19! 3-19!
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Lions will take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriot.
Six guard. Check six guard. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Gun.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Webb. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Lions, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.